morning, happy Thursday. It's a good day. We didn't get a run in today because it's 11 degrees outside. It's a little chilly. I feel like I'm missing out. I should be out there running. Today let's talk about deliberate practice. You read this in a lot of books about how the greatest become the greatest. They deliberately practice. They don't just show up at race after race after race. Instead, they set up very short, measurable goals. And they keep stretching that goal, stretching that goal. You mostly see it though in performance-related things, you know, run faster, swim faster, race, you know, anything that's like competitive in nature. But how do you do deliberate practice in the creative field? What we want to succeed at is very external to us. Like, it's not about getting faster. We want to like get more subscribers, more audience. And getting a bigger audience is like almost impossible to deliberately get. There's so many factors that are not in your control. It's not like you can just kind of, you know, go on a better diet and work out. You know, you're hoping for things that are very unpredictable, and a lot of it is chalked up to luck. What are the things that you could do deliberately to practice at getting better, being creative, writing, making videos, even doing product design? I've got some ideas. Hat hair. So here are 4 ways I know of to try to deliberately practice and get better at creative fields. Repetition. That's how you spell repetition, right? Need to deliberately work on the same thing over and over and over and over again. Like Monet. Monet kept the same subject matter like haystacks and worked on them over and over and over again, repeating himself. I haven't shown people this. I've done a redesign of High Rise 3 or 4 times, like a complete overhaul of the colors and the typography, just as practice to see if I can get better at kind of envisioning what a better high-rise would look like. Or I'll write the same article over and over and over again. It's not fun, but that's what repetitive practice feels like. Another way to create deliberate practice for creativity is focus on imitation. Try to imitate other artists, other people doing something. Don't publish this stuff, don't steal it, but just try to get as close to their style as possible. And you find countless examples of artists doing this, imitating other artists. In that process of imitation, you start to understand like what makes their stuff good. What are those elements of their craft that are worth kind of keeping and incorporating into your own craft. And so imitation, you know, can take its form in you can try to copy other people, but you can also take other people's stuff and refine them and do something else with them. For example, when people take other people's sites and they redesign them in their own way, taking someone else's style and perfecting it a little bit. The third way of doing deliberate practice for creativity is force yourself into modes of experimentation. A good example is take anything, take any idea you have, a video you have, and do something so weird with it. Force yourself to just experiment in such a way that it becomes insanely terrible. A great example is this channel I was watching today, an interview with Casey Neistat, and the interview is with Casey. I mean, it's an interview, you're just asking questions. Everybody interviews Casey and asking questions, except this is with hot wings. There's like 10 wings and they go up in Scoville units, making it hotter and hotter. And the interview just gets weirder and weirder as the interviewer and the interviewee are starting to cry. It's an experiment and it came up with something really cool. Fourth thing to keep in mind if you're trying to, you know, get good at deliberately practicing creativity is add constraints. If you're constantly writing articles that are 1,000 words, for 30 days write articles that are only 300 words. If you know, like to make videos, force yourself to make a video every single day. It's a good way to practice different things about getting quicker, you know, getting more concise. And there's other constraints, obviously, that you can add. If you're a filmmaker, force yourself to only work with an iPhone in a month.
Focus, fall down.
Have an awesome holiday, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.